touched each and every day by the letters and phone calls I receive from our patients and their families, telling me about the care and compassion of our staff, all of you. Skyridge has earned the honor and distinction of being #1 in patient satisfaction in all of 167 hospitals and HCA for 2006, and that's because of you. That's why our Skyridge values continue to be so important to me and the rest of our leadership team. Safety, courtesy and compassion, show and presentation, and efficiency, those 4 core values at Skyridge, offer us an extraordinary foundation to continue to provide our patients and their families with a beyond their expectations experience. And today, I would like to explore why compassion sets us apart and continues to make us the hospital of first choice for our community. The compassionate care we provide is what resonates in the hearts and minds of our patients long after discharge. It is our sincerity and caring that creates a lasting memory and the ability for a patient to tell a story about you and their experience here at Skyridge. Today, you're going to see from our care team as well as our visitors why a gentle touch, a warm smile, and a caring word make a difference to our patients and their families. My hope is that you'll take these messages to heart and help us live our values to the fullest with each and every encounter. Let's have a look.
She was doing what you would call a pyramid, like a pyramid. She was on the bottom, and her friend fell off and landed on her foot. And it just got worse, and then they found out she had RSD, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, and now they call it CRPS, which is complex regional pain syndrome. And she was just coming out of it, and when they turned it on and got it right, the first time in 2 years she smiled. She was just like, and the big happy face comes on because you could tell it finally relieved the pain. They were so nice to Maddie, and when they woke up, you know, Dr. Barrelot was just so sweet to Maddie all the time. You could tell he actually cared a lot about her, a lot. And Ricky cared a lot, and the nurses, I think the nurses made a big difference with Maddie because they took such good care of her.
What they have, they're going to be okay. They're going to be safe with us. Keeping them informed when labs come back, letting their family knows what is happening to them. I think that, you know, that could be your family member there too. Just knowing that, you know, you're in good hands. And truly what we do because we are caring. We are in it because we love what we do. It's not just a job. We truly love nursing.
And you know, I mean, you only have like 5 minutes to do it, 5 minutes to get to know them, being a transport, you know, taking them down and bringing them right back up. So I mean, it's like really not even a job. It's you just make new friends every day.
Make sure you take the time to listen to the patient and use gentle touch and make sure all their needs are met.
We had a patient that came in and was quite ill. He was here actually for a couple of months, and the dog was a huge part of the family. And the dog actually became a companion of the ICU, and other members of the ICU would go and visit the dog. Actually, other family members found comfort in having the dog there when it was in the waiting room. They could visit the dog. It was something that was a little more, something that wasn't part of the hospital. It was a natural thing, a pet, an animal that people could relate to.
To the administration and staff of Skyridge Medical Center. My husband was a patient and spent 40 of those days in the ICU, and every person that he and I encountered was fantastic. So many of the nurses gave of themselves to make sure Dave was comfortable. Wendy would dance for him to keep his spirits up. Karen was so gentle and understanding. The night before Dave died, Jason, who was his nurse previously, came to see how he was doing. I knew Jason was a man of faith, so I asked him to pray with and for my husband. His prayer was beautiful, peaceful, and touching. Later, in the middle of the night, I saw Jason standing in the doorway and thought, Dave's guardian angel is here.
I came and talked to a few people here, and I was so impressed not only by the physical surroundings, but how upbeat people were here. They seemed to like working here. And just coincidentally, I happened to talk to somebody who knew what I had done in New Hampshire, and we're trying to start a breast cancer support program here. There hadn't been one up to then, so fortunately I'm able to help them with doing that.
It's such a privilege to be a volunteer at Skyridge. I've always wanted to volunteer at a hospital and worked all my life, and so now that I'm retired, that was one of the things I wanted to look into. And my daughter had her baby here, and I was so impressed with the facilities and the wonderful ambiance and the people that worked here that this was the place that I decided to volunteer at.
The reason I come to work every day is because of my patients. I have the opportunity to interface with patients at a very trying time of their life, and I get to laugh with them and cry with them and celebrate with them, and it's extraordinarily special to me.
Again, it comes with dealing with patients, but the one in particular came in through the ER and had a pulmonary embolus in her lungs. She was in her early 20s, and we went and intervened with it and fixed the problem. So she made it, and it was a very, very nice result, and that was just makes you feel like going in the healthcare field that you can help the young, old, all sorts of ages.
My aunt, who I was very close to, was a BBM nun in Chicago, and when she came down with ovarian cancer, I went back to take care of her a little bit, and she was so, I don't know, she just made me feel like I was helping her, and she told me that it was probably the best thing to be in the medical field and to take care of patients and to give them the compassion and love that you can give them and understand them. And she was such a loving person herself that everything she was telling me and teaching me, I kind of bring back to my own patients. I kind of think of my patients as a family member sometimes when you think, wow, are they going to make it?
I thank all of you for your kindness and respect and sympathy on the day my husband Rick passed away while in your care. All of you were very understanding, and I know you did everything you could for him. I understand now that his heart stopped 3 times, and you never stopped trying to save him for me. You did keep him alive until I could get there to say goodbye. That meant more to me than any words could ever express. People like yourselves are to be commended for all you do. You are truly the chosen angels on this earth. All of you will be in my prayers and in my heart always. Thank you so very much.
Well, first of all, I think respect is more important, the most important thing. When we try to train them to, when they go in the room, make sure to knock on the door first and make sure that they deliver the right tray to the right person, and just ask everything what they need, and then just make sure to say thank you, and just make sure everything is done right.
You have to be an excellent listener, and I think you can't put folks into a recipe book and kind of cater their care toward a specific set of guidelines. I think you really have to do a lot of listening and let the patient know that their problem is very unique and that you're there to listen to them and that you've got they have your full attention.
Dear Ms. Savitsky, we would like to extend our sincere thanks to your amazing nursing staff at Skyridge Medical Center.